when you recruit a player, that's not something you can find right away. But when you're on the court watching a player perform, what are some things you look for?
Oh gosh, that's such a great question. Their energy, the way they interact with their team, the athletes that connect with each other physically, emotionally, and mentally. The ones that are embracing each other, whether it be the excitement of a success that happened, or consoling someone that may have hit the ball into a block or served the ball out. All those things are just intangibles that are very difficult to teach. You can bring it to their attention, but it's hard to teach. The way they interact with their parents, the way they interact with their coaching staff, um, how they respond to a failure or losing a string of points in a row. Those are things that you simply cannot teach an athlete. Um, it's easy to see them when they win. And believe me, we are 100% behind these student athletes when they win and they're successful. But we want to see how they fail. And we can teach them that failure is okay, but don't accept it, but embrace it with that growth mindset.
Love it. And I always think it's funny when college coaches stand on the court watching kids, like college coaches really don't care about the score. They're watching the kid perform. So what are some turnoffs? What are some red flags that you're like, nope, I'm walking away from this player. This player's not going to be for me.
All right, so take what I just shared and flip it. So the athlete that walks away from their team and doesn't high five them after when everyone knows that they need each other. The one that tries to take it upon themselves, which is very noble, but doesn't bring anyone along with them. Um, we have so many lessons to sidetrack a little bit. The Last Dance was something that was on ESPN, the Chicago Bulls, their last season with Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson. We actually brought that into one of our team meetings and talked at length about that and asked the young women in our program to compare themselves to a character or a real person, but to them as a character, because they don't know who Scottie Pippen and Bill Cartwright and Michael Jordan are at that point. But it's the athletes that are Michael Jordan in his prime, when he realized that he can bring his team with him or he can fight them. And the athletes we steer away from are the ones that get frustrated and get angry and don't understand the value of the 6 people on the court in that moment, the 4 people on the bench that are on the same team, that have the same goals, but may not have the skill set yet, but including them and being a part of it. And you can tell the athletes that dismiss those things, and the frustration that sets in, or the throwing of the water bottle, or the stomping around and having a pity party, so to speak. We recognize those things. We do not want to bring that into our program, because that is very, very difficult to teach. And learn to control what you can control and let go of what you can let go of. That's hard to see, but we're well aware that that is prevalent in this day and age of entitled athletics. Why am I not in the starting rotation? You hear it from parents walking by you in a convention center. They're all up in arms about the last match that was played, and they won. You hear them talking about they win the match, the last match that was played, that their daughter didn't start, that their daughter didn't get to see playing time. And that's very unfortunate that youth sports are at that point today, because we've lost sight of why we invest in these children, invest in these kids. And I think, if nothing else, again, coming full circle, that's what COVID has given us, is a pace to slow down and just really appreciate why we do what we do, how we do what we do, reconnect with our families, reconnect with our team, reconnect with our staffs, and decide what it is that we're trying to build together. And I'm not even going to say do together. It's build. It's a progression. It's a process. It's a journey we're on. And that's what I'm just so thankful for this time, that we have an amazing staff, awesome women, just great young women that are willing and able to see the big picture.